Jones Dairy Farm is a seventh-generation family-owned and operated company located in Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin. For more than 135 years, Jones has been using real, natural ingredients, original recipes, and time-honored traditions to create distinctive and timeless products. Jones is known for producing premium, all-natural breakfast sausage, naturally smoked hams and Canadian bacon, all-natural meatballs, and dry-aged bacon. All certified gluten-free. Want to get in on some of the magic and fun of the season? There are only a few nights left to experience the zoo after hours under the glow of over 1 million lights. Yes, I'm talking about Zoo Lights at Henry Vilas Zoo. It's $12 for single tickets or 4 for $40, and kids under 3 are free. Runs from now until December 23rd. Don't miss this year's Zoo Lights. Start a special holiday tradition with your family. Get tickets today at henryvilaszoo.gov/lights. This is CityCast Madison. I'm Bianca Martin, and here's what Madison's talking about. Today, the holidays are a time when families tend to gather together. So today we want to honor the importance of chosen family, specifically in the queer community through the lens of drag families. So we're bringing back my conversation with two leaders of a prominent Madison drag family, drag dynasty, the House of Lynn, led by drag entertainer Bianca Lynn Breeze. She's a former Miss Gay Wisconsin, Miss Gay Madison, and Miss Club Wisconsin, and her drag daughter and former Miss Club Wisconsin, Victoria Lynn. But before we get into the show, I just want to give one more thank you to the folks who joined CityCast Madison Neighbors during this winter campaign. We're so grateful for your support and can't wait to see you at our upcoming events like our holiday party tonight at Gamma Ray Bar. Our membership campaign officially wrapped on Friday, but here's the truth. We didn't quite reach our goals. We're betting big on local in 2026 because we know that in a world that's more polarized and divided than ever, the stories and conversations that happen right here at home have the power to connect and shape us. And we need your support to stick around and make it happen. So if you want to join, or you've been meaning to join but haven't yet, we still really need you. Join us at membership.citycast.fm. You'll still get that awesome VD and go into 2026 knowing you're helping the city thrive. Again, that's membership.citycast.fm. Now let's talk drag. Bianca Lynn Breeze, welcome back to CityCast Madison.
Hi, Bianca. Thanks for having me.
Yes, and Victoria Lynn, welcome to the show.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm happy to be here.
I am so excited for this conversation, y'all. We're so stoked to have you both. To answer a curiosity we've been wondering about, drag families in Madison. The Lynn family stays booked and busy. And Bianca, you've been on the show before, yes?
Yes, I have.
So we know that you can give us some tea. Bianca, let's just kick off with some basics. Like, what exactly is a drag mother?
So for me, a drag mother is someone who is a mentor to someone who can help their drag family grow and learn all the tricks and tips of what drag is. So it's definitely somebody who is there and just being a really great mentor to people.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, I know about your dynasty, but I'm less familiar with others. Like, don't at me, but are most drag queens like in drag families? Does Madison have other dynasties?
Yeah, I mean, not everybody always is. There are a lot of different drag families in the area, including Madison, Fox Valley area, Green Bay. So yeah, there's a lot of different families around. Not everybody has to be in a drag family. Like, it's definitely there for people who want that mentorship, or I'll say that all of my drag kids are all like my best friends. So it's just that I started drag before they did, and then we just were really good friends, and then I just kind of helped them along.
And I introduced you as Victoria. I'm going to call you Vicky for the rest of the conversation. But Vicky, like, why did you want to be a part of the Lynn family and be a part of this, like, tradition?
Well, it's funny because it wasn't my choice. Bianca kind of took the lead on that one. I had started drag and Bianca had kind of been helping me out a little bit. And I needed to update my Facebook to start promoting. And I put my name as Vicky Lee. I have no idea where the Lee came from. And as soon as I did that and Bianca saw it, she messaged me and was like, why is it Lee? And I said, oh, I don't know. I need a last name for Facebook. And she's like, I thought you were a Lynn. And then it just went from there.
Uh,
So
I'm pretty sure you're a Lynn.
yeah, yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, I mean, we had already had kind of an established relationship, and she had been mentoring me. We just never had the conversation. So then it just bloomed from there.
Made it official.
When Vicky started doing drag, wherever I was getting ready at, she would always come over with her notebook and she would sit there and write notes.
Bring it on, Doc Biz.
Yeah, on everything that I was doing, she would make notes. That's kind of how our relationship kind of blossomed from there.
Oh my gosh. I love it. I love it. I'm a note-taking queen too. Bianca, you are a hardworking queen. You're committed to your art. I mean, obviously people are taking notes, and drag takes a lot of work. I also hear being a parent takes a lot of work. Jokes aside, like, why be a drag mother and have a dynasty? I just like saying dynasty too. Thank you for bringing me that opportunity.
We do call it the Lynn dynasty sometimes. So it's not, because I mean, it is quite the dynasty that's happening, with the Lynn family. I lost my mom in 2008. And she was always a very big help to everybody, and didn't matter if it was her kids or if it was somebody else's kids or just, people in the community and things like that. And it's just sort of something that I always felt like I needed to do. And I wanted to be someone that was there for people, and I want to be an access to people. Now, if other drag babies are listening to this podcast, the Lynn family is closed. There are no more Lynn kids.
Is there a wait list?
I get asked a lot, to be a drag mother to people. I'm happy to offer mentorship and I'm happy to offer advice and things like that. Totally cool with that. But adding any more Lyns, it has to go through the family. So the family has to approve any additional Lyns that are added to our family. So I am the mother of the House of Lynn, but my drag children mean a lot to me, and, it's our future. So that has to go through everybody, not just me.
And where did you learn about the sort of the tradition, the house of, like, the kind of language around this to have drag family? Because it's, it's something that dates back, right?
So it definitely goes back to ballroom, and I definitely don't want to take away from what ballroom is at all. And I think that this kind of helps elevate what ballroom is, because it's kind of a tradition that, has been around for a very long time. So to me, I'm like honored to be able to have a house that dates back to then. So I think it's really cool. And there's still a lot of ballroom scene around here and around in Milwaukee as well. So we have a lot of like drag artists who are part of, ballroom scene, but are also drag artists. So it's really cool to see that those houses still there and still like doing amazing.
And for folks who want to know more about the history of ballroom, like, watch Paris is Burning if you haven't seen it already. But if you've even more common cultures like voguing, like you might have seen some of those dance moves. It comes from a very specific place and queer struggle in New York. And it's a gorgeous thing. And so it's exciting. Some people know. But Bianca, did you have a drag mother yourself? Is there a Lynn before you? Someone you look to?
Technically, no. So, well, okay, well, when I first started doing
They're
drag...
out there listening like, I knew they would.
No, they probably aren't listening. They aren't. I don't know if they're here anymore. But anyway, there was someone who kind of like mentored me originally. And when I created my Facebook, I put my name as Bianca and then the last name. And then they reached out to me and they're like, hey, you can't be part of my family until you can prove yourself. So I took away the name and I just put Bianca Lynn, because Lynn was my mom's middle name. So I wanted to play homage to my mother. So then when I changed my name to Bianca Lynn, there is a very legendary drag queen in our community called Josie Lynn, and she's been around for a very long time. So then people are like, oh, are you Josie's daughter? And I'm like, no, I am my own person. Lynn is just my middle name. And it kind of went from there. But I mean, a lot of the older drag queens, the legends in our community, were sort of mentors to me themselves. So they kind of helped me out as I needed. So I didn't specifically have a drag mother. The Breeze name comes from my drag sister, Wendy Breeze, who lives in Chicago now. She originally is from Milwaukee. So she was just a very good friend of mine. And she's like, I want you to be a part of my drag family, but I'm not your drag mother because we're sisters. Like, we have gotten along so well together. And Wendy did help me out a little bit, but And I'm very grateful for all the things that she helped me out with. But I really learned on my own and from, watching other people and just doing drag. So that's kind of how my Lynn breeze comes through.
Well, I wanted to say this earlier as well, just that it's a beautiful thing that your mother's legacy gets to live on in this way. And just that how sorry I am that you lost her. I also have lost my mom somewhat recently, and it's just not something that's very easy. So for it to turn into this thing where you wanted to be in community and create family, it's a really gorgeous and deep and profound. And I want to talk more about the family dynamic. There is something here about the support in the community that can be found. I also kind of wanted to drag you for a minute because you're so funny, and I just assumed you'd be dragging people at this point. I've seen you. I've gone to your drag bingo and so we got to do a little bit of both. And I want to bring Vicky Lynn in again because you are Bianca's drag daughter. And I did want to ask, are you okay?
I am okay. I'm doing all right.
I figure you're probably thriving.
Yes, the expectations are high, but it's good for me.
The expectations, that's good. What kind of expectations?
Kindness is one of the biggest things for Bianca and for our house, is really just being a support to people in the community. We recognize, I feel, in our house that we have a lot of privilege with being cisgender, most of us, not all of us, white, and also just having the opportunities that we do have. Bianca is the queen of Wisconsin and the Midwest for the most part. So that comes with a lot of opportunity for us to be seen and showcase. And I think it's important that we uphold that kindness and support and be there for everybody who doesn't have those same advantages.
Braunschweiger, aka liver sausage, is a staple in Wisconsin. Perhaps it brings up memories from your childhood. Jones Dairy Farm Braunschweiger makes it the traditional way and uses their own dry-aged bacon to give it even more delicious flavor. It's loaded with vitamins and minerals such as riboflavin, vitamin A, and iron, making it a great option for lunch any day of the week. Try it on a sandwich with your favorite condiments or mix it with cheese for an easy dip. It won't disappoint. Jones, making mealtime better since 1889. Root to Rise helps Dane County high school students, especially those who haven't yet found joy in their education, get on a stronger path by supporting younger children in elementary classrooms across Dane County. Each day, they sit beside kids during reading and math, answering questions, offering encouragement, and building the kind of trusting connection children naturally respond to. Teachers notice it right away. They call these teens, quote, extra hands, extra voices, and extra leaders, and say classrooms feel more productive with them there. And for many students, this becomes a turning point. As one shared, Root to Rise changed my life. When I started, I didn't care about school and didn't think I'd graduate, but working with younger kids changed everything. I got more confident and I wanted to do better for them and for myself. If you believe in giving young people a strong path forward, please consider supporting Root to Rise's work. Go to roottorise.org. That's root, the number 2, rise.org. I want to dig into your relationship a little bit. I mean, you talked about it in the beginning, how you guys started out together. What does your relationship look like now?
Bianca's definitely one of my best friends. I mean, we talk almost every single day, whether she wants to talk to me or not, and vice versa.
Oh, and that's such a relationship people have with their mom.
Yeah, I mean, we bicker back and forth about stuff, but at the end of the day, I think me and Bianca are the only two Lyns that share our location with each other on our devices. So just so we know where each other are at if anything ever goes down. And yeah, I mean, it's amazing. I couldn't ask for a better support, a better friend, a better drag mother. I really worked very hard with my drag to try and continue her legacy. It's been a goal of mine to obtain a lot of the titles and pageantry that she's had. And so far we've been successful. I've got a few more to knock out, but it's really amazing. I know that I can call Bianca at any moment for anything. And it's not a matter of yes or no. It's when she needs to be there.
I'm really excited that this is recorded so that I can take this back and replay it to Victoria later sometime. When she's being mean to me because she's saying all these nice things.
Yeah, there's a lot of beauty in this conversation. It's making my day. But, Vicky, you mentioned that you're trying to continue on with the legacy. I understand you have a drag daughter yourself,
I do.
a Miss Indica Lindica, so the dynasty grew.
Yeah. Bianca is a grandma now.
Yes. How's it feel, Bianca?
Not by choice.
Well, so who all is in the Lynn family?
So the House of Lynn originally was started myself, and then Regina Lynn Taylor was the original drag daughter. Regina Lynn Taylor doesn't come out very often. She kind of retired, but is now the persona of Michael Lynn. So he's a male entertainer.
He's got Luke's. He's got
Yes,
looks.
he does. He does.
I mean, you all do.
Yeah, he's a great entertainer. He can live sing. He also has competed for Mr. Continental several times, and he's been a former Mr. Gay Wisconsin USA and things like that. So he's got a lot of success behind him as well. But then Victoria Lynn was my next daughter. She's been around with me for several years now, and since the beginning. And then Chaos Lynn Mirage. It was originally just Chaos Mirage, but her drag mother moved to Hawaii, and she didn't really have a family here. And she's always been a really good friend of mine. And I didn't need to teach her how to do drag. She already knew how to do drag, but she needed to learn a little bit more of like the business aspect, because she started to get booked a little bit more, and people were booking for private things, and she was getting some bingos and her own shows, and she just kind of needed that little business aspect. And I went to school for business, so business and marketing are my thing. So you see me everywhere, and that's because of my background.
I want to be one of your daughters.
So I kind of taught her that aspect, and I said, you know what, you should be a Lynn. So she was Chaos Lynn Mirage. And then Nemo is a young drag star who, just kind of hopped into my DMs one time on Instagram and was super excited to like meet me sometime. And she wanted to buy one of my Clack fans. So I sent her a Clack fan, and she used it for everything. And then she was on a show on Max called Generation Drag. And her mother, Dana, reached out to me and said that she's going to be on this show and she needed to have a drag family because everybody that was on the show had a drag family. And she said, you're the closest person that I know that could be a mentor to her. Would you play her mother on this show? And would you be her drag mother? I said, well, being a drag mother is just a little bit more. I want her, she's young because she was 16 at the time. So I wanted her to learn what drag is and see if she maybe fit in with maybe a different drag family. I didn't want her to be forced into my family if she didn't fit.
Responsible parent.
Yeah. So we did the show together. We just grew our friendship, and I finally was just like, you're basically part of our family, so you can just be a part of our family. You already were originally, so we'll just go from there. So Nemo's been a part of our family since they started, and then our newest addition is Buddha L. Infinity Ross. He was actually my choreographer for when I ran for Miss Gay Wisconsin USA, and then I traveled to Dallas, Texas. He has always been a dancer for other drag artists his whole entire career. And he wanted to get into like the male performance scene. I said, why don't you? You have all these resources. I'm here to help you, whatever you need. And then he goes, well, what would my name be? And he's always gone by Buddha. And I was like, well, you can be L for Lynn, So he was like, great. So that he's always been Buddha L Infinity Ross, which is Infinity Ross is from Montel Infinity Rosses, who's pretty common in our scene as well. So we kind of co-parent him.
Hey you, if you're currently writing the gift-giving struggle bus, I want to put you on some game. Aura Frames, the award-winning digital picture frame, is an answer to every holiday gifting moment. I mean it. Giving an Aura frame can make holiday shopping so much easier for you. I gifted their Carver matte frame to my aunt, the photographer in my family, who's known for her thoughtful gifts and keeping extended family close. She lit up, and that Aura frame now lights up her office with family memories. With Aura Frames, you get unlimited free photo and video uploads, and you can even preload photos on it before it ships. For a limited time, save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames, named #1 by Wirecutter, by using promo code CITYCAST at checkout. That's auraframes.com, promo code CITYCAST. This deal is exclusive to listeners, and frames sell out fast, so order yours now to get it in time for the holidays. And support this show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm definitely recognizing just the sheer privilege and opportunity to pull back the curtain on this royalty. Like, everyone that you laid out, you guys are killing it. Like, we'll have to share all the accolades that you have all received that you stacked up. Nemo, Rising Star, like, all of you guys are really doing Madison proud. And it is cool to know it's like, yes, you're stronger together, right? And you're looking out for each other. You have that support system. You're sharing tips and tricks. Vicky, I did want to ask you, have you received any game-changing wisdom from your mother? Lynn lessons, tips, like what stands out?
I was asked a similar question in an interview last year, and my immediate response was the first thing she ever taught me, and that was to spray my hands with perfume before I go on stage. Because if you're not going to give them a performance and buck the house down or be able to sell them on anything, when you take that dollar bill from them, you're going to leave them with like an aura or a scent, and that is enough.
Smart. It's the details.
I swear by it.
That is really good because it's like, hello. But then I assume that you are giving a good show too.
I do my best, but
is there anything, and I'll ask you both this, anything characteristic of a Lynn performer?
I would say a touch of comedy, a touch of twirling, and honestly, just being genuine. I think people are so excited to see us because we just give them what we're feeling in that moment. It doesn't matter what it is, good, bad, happy, sad, whatever. They just know that they're going to get something from us, and they know that they're going to get polish.
Authenticity and polish. Those are heavyweights.
Yeah, definitely what Victoria said. You know, I think that our family in performance give off a little comedy, little campiness. We just want to make people smile and laugh and have a good time.
And let's be honest, we all love to look rich.
Yes, that is true. That is true. Definitely. I have taught that, that's one of the, things that I have definitely taught to them is like, you have to invest in your drag to be successful. So you can't continue to wear the same thing all the time. Like, buy some new things every once in a while, keep your stuff and rotate through it. Because what happens with me a lot, you should see my drag closet. It's crazy.
Please.
Well, you have to come sometime. But I rotate through my stuff all the time. So like, there's sometimes where I'll have something and I'll wear it, and then I won't bring it out for 8 months, and then I'll wear it again, and people are like, "Oh my gosh, that is such a cool new costume," and I'll be like, "Yeah, I've had it for like 3 years, and you had no idea." So investing in your drag is one of the traits that I definitely have passed on to the kids too.
And Bianca's being very modest when she says drag closet. It is a fully finished basement packed with drag.
Oh my God. It is a whole room.
Yeah, it's not a closet. It is not at all a closet.
Well, I have been dazzled and totally transfixed by your looks in the past, Bianca. So I would love to come to your closet. And I also feel like I've learned, and I don't know if it's from you or just at some point, people sharing with me just how much it costs. Like, this isn't cheap. Like, you're investing in. So when people come, like, support the performers.
Yeah, my bookkeeper and my accountant call it an expensive hobby, is what they say. So yeah, it does cost a lot of money. But the thing is that most drag performers do it because of the joy and the happiness that it brings to our audiences, not only to them, but also to ourselves. Because a lot of people find themselves when they do drag. And I think that's a beautiful thing too. So, I have a lot of people in our community who, maybe have transitioned when they were doing drag. So it was kind of a way for them to really discover who they were as people and then move on from there and be able to fully transition into who they truly should be. So that's the beauty of drag for a lot of people.
Honestly, like, I think I'm so glad we're talking about the depth of drag because it's obviously dazzling, right? It's funny. There are jokes. There's, feathers and sparkles and all of the things. And there's also these moments for people to find themselves who they really are, like gifts of a lifetime. And, historically, drag families have, as I understand it, acted as support systems when someone's biological family doesn't maybe support their decision to do drag. With drag and queerness being more widely accepted, what extent do you think the drag family still fills this role?
I mean, thankfully for our drag family, most of our families are very accepting of who we are as individuals. And a lot of our family comes to our shows, which is really awesome and supports all of us. There are quite a few people in our community that don't have that. And I think, as our family, we are there also to support. Like, even though we have separate drag families, as a community, as a drag community, we are a family. So we are there to support everybody in that sense. So even though we have that, like I said, even though we have that small drag family of our own, we're just all there to really help each other.
I think also that the way that we represent our drag family shows a lot of integrity to others. And I think it inspires people to really try to find those people that make them feel good and find those, like, we're all always here to support each other. But I think it's encouraging for others to be like, hey, I really want to spend some time and get to know some of the people that I'm performing with. And maybe that's going to end up being my drag sister or my drag mother or my drag child or whatever. Lead by example is pretty much what it comes down to.
And you did mention, as we're talking about community, there are some other drag families in Madison. We didn't talk about the names. I think Brianna Banks. I don't know. Could you share some of the drag families that exist? And also, like, how different are y'all? Like, are you reading the same guidebooks on parenting or?
Yeah, I mean, you did mention, one of the other, big families in the Wisconsin scene, which is the Banks family. Brianna Banks is, one of my best friends. And she, I chalk up a lot to where I am and a lot of my success for my family, she's taught me. And so I think that's really cool. So, I'm her drag sister. That's the thing. We all call each other sister or cousin or whatever. But yeah, so the Banks family would be one of them. The House of Sodi, which is in Milwaukee, is another one. Infinity Ross, which would be Montel Infinity Ross. He's another family in Milwaukee. House of AFAB, which was started by Madam Lacey and Draco Knight. They made a family that was non-traditional drag artists. So a lot of them are assigned female uppers. So AFAB, drag queens, because anybody can be a drag artist. It doesn't matter who you are. Bianca, if you want to be a drag queen, you could be a drag queen. Anybody really can.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the cool thing about drag is, they have that umbrella term of drag. Anybody can be a drag queen.
Yeah.
There's so many families. I joke around, and every time I travel around, I'm like adding a new last name to my name. I'm by this point, it's Victoria, Lynn, Sodi, Voyer, Tootsie Pop, Klein, Banks, Infinity Ross. Like,
yeah.
Well, it really seems like, just learning about the Lynn family has been so inspiring, and also just like it's been really helpful for y'all. I imagine it helps you get booked. Like, there's so much support in that system. Are you hoping at all that more families develop, like in terms of the scene? Like, is this something that, is an evolving thing for Madison? What do you think?
I think so. I think that it's a really beautiful thing if people can find the support. But at the same time, you don't need a drag family to be successful. It works for some people and it doesn't for others, and that's okay. But, again, leading by example and showing integrity is really what matters to us. And if that inspires or helps somebody along, that's all that matters. I think one of our biggest mottos in our family, it's my favorite thing to shout out. Bianca said it. She says it all the time, but she said it towards the beginning of my drag career. And I take it to everywhere. If you know somebody that might be figuring out who they are, or questioning who they are, or looking for support, let them know that you're a safe space, because you can save a life that way. And I think just leading by that example and following that it'll help the entire city, the entire state, the entire country, the world, if you live by that motto.
Y'all have been dropping gems this entire conversation. I want to talk to you forever, but I know that we have to go. So before I let you go, I'm going to ask you both this. Here on CityCast Madison, we're always looking for like hidden gems or just good recommendations. Are there any underrated drag shows or venues in and around Madison? Where should people go?
I would say you could always check out biancalynbreeze.com/events if you would like to see some different shows that I have. But drag's all different, and you can see a lot of different types of performances that you want. But Five Nightclub offers a lot of different variety of shows. So there's just a ton of different types of shows, no matter what you like. But Also, like the Crucible, I know that they offer some shows there once in a while, which are your more alternative performances, which are all great too, because who wants to see the same type of drag all the time? It's definitely important to branch out and try different things.
There is a Facebook group called Wisconsin Drag Shows that is pretty easy to find. It's put on by a former Miss Gay Wisconsin, Loretta Lovely, and she's really good about sharing every single poster that she sees on the internet if it's in Wisconsin. So there's so many things happening all the time. Every weekend, there's at least 6 to 10 events that you can find.
Oh, all right. That is a great tip. And I want to double tap Five Nightclub because I feel like you walk in there and you can just be transported to another world. Like, that's what the beauty of these performances are, like, and be in the moment. It's gorgeous. I love you guys. Bianca, Victoria, thank you so much for coming on and telling us about the Lynn family and drag families in general. It's been really fun.
Yeah, thank you so much, Bianca. We appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was so much fun.
That's Madison drag entertainers Bianca Lynn Breeze and Victoria Lynn telling us all about the House of Lynn and the gems of our local drag scene. If you want to follow their wondrous work, do head to our show notes for a link. Speaking of families, I want to thank the new members of the CityCast Madison Neighbors fam. Last week was our end of year membership campaign, and we're very grateful for all the new names who rolled in. So a huge thank you to Dan B., Andrew F., Brianne H., Paul T., Sheila K., Tara K., and Sophia J. Y'all, we've got even more names to share and thank, but we're going to spread it over this week, and we hope we get more new names in. We need more of you to sign up and become a neighbor today. If you want to join and be a cool kid like everyone I just mentioned, head to membership.citycast.fm to sign up or learn more. That's all for today, here on CityCast Madison. I'm your host, Bianca Martin. Don't forget, you can support the show and get great perks by becoming a CityCast Madison neighbor at membership.citycast.fm. And if you enjoyed today's show, why not share this episode with someone who appreciates community unity? Alrighty, we'll be back tomorrow morning with more stories from around the city. Until then, take good care, stay fabulous, and thanks for listening.